Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. So today you're joining me for another Premier League prediction. That is right, today we are predicting Premier League Game Week 21. That is right, in this series guys I go through each side, give you some details about each side and give you my prediction at the end of that conversation. So if you like today's video guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. Without further ado, let's begin with our Premier League Game Week 21 predictions. First up, we have West Ham versus Forest. This is the most important game for West Ham and Forest all season. Okay, so West Ham lost 3-0 to Wolves, alright, and 3-0, man. they have truly, what has happened to West Ham this year? Obviously, their main problem is a striker. I mentioned it so many times in this series, but they have signed a striker in Pablo Philippe. I don't really much about him. 29 million I think it was, so it's a bit of a hefty price tag for someone that I don't really know, but they have lacked a striker, they've got a striker, so now can they push on and do some business? Okay, losing 3-0 to West Ham, Wolves has set West Ham back massively, okay, and Nuno Santo is under extreme pressure, okay. I think they're looking at some new managers. I don't think they'll sack him because obviously, you know, sacking 2 managers a season is not good, alright, but this game is so important for West Ham, but also Forest, guys. Forest have now lost 4 games on the bounce. That is right. So they only sit 4 points above West Ham. So Forest are in a bit of a better position than West Ham. But if West Ham can beat Forest, then it's literally 1 point in it. And Forest, man, they are on a 4-game losing streak, conceding too many goals. But again, not scoring enough goals. They've got the likes of Chris Wood, who is nowhere to be seen. I think he's injured, but Sean Dyche dropped Chris Wood when he was at Burnley as well, so maybe that's an issue right there. And you know what? Game of the weekend for me. So guys, this game is going to end a very boring game. That is why I got this game, guys, because these teams can't score goals. I've got this game to end as a 1-1 draw. Next, we've got Bournemouth versus Spurs. Again, a very important game because these two sides are very close to each other in the table. There's 4 points in it, so if Bournemouth can get this win against Spurs, that are moving up, you know, a few places in the league. They're about to lose Semenyo to ManCity. I think it's nearly been confirmed, but they did miss out on Brennan Johnson, who went to Crystal Palace, and Bournemouth, man, they need to sign a replacement for Semenyo soon, because if they don't get someone, you know, a replacement for him, then they could be in trouble. Yes, it's still such a long way to go, guys. There's still 18 games to go in the Premier League, and to lose your best player midway through the season, it's going to be a massive, massive issue right there. Bournemouth are scoring goals, which is great, but they are conceding a lot of goals as well, and that is why they sit in 15th right now. They were so high in the table at the start of the season, but they have dropped off slightly, and yeah, we'll see what happens with Bournemouth, but they need to get a replacement in for Semenyo super quick, and now the transfer window is open. Okay, they're up against Spurs, drew to Sunderland, 1-1. Now in their last 3 games, they've won 1 and drew 2, so the form-wise, it's a bit better than Bournemouth, but by Spurs standards, not good enough. They have just lost Brennan Johnson, which is a very strange transfer in my opinion, okay, and Spurs need to get rid of also Richarlison, and you know what, and get a striker in, because Spurs, man, they look awful yet again, and Thomas Frank again is under pressure as a manager. See what happens with Spurs, but so far not great for Spurs. They, where they were last season, where they finished so low, they finished 17th last season, and they are now only in 13th now, so not a massive improvement. Okay, but just on that, guys, I've got Bournemouth. That's why I got Bournemouth to beat Spurs 2-1. Game of the weekend. I've said it twice already, but this will be game of the weekend, okay? It is Brentford versus Sunderland. This is 7th versus 8th, and I've got to say, Brentford, man, they are coming strong. They're sitting 7th place right now in their last 5 games. They have won 3 and drew 2. Keith Andrews has done a fantastic job. Igor Thiago, they keep him this season, which I think they will keep him because they are fighting for Europa League this season, man. Keith Andrews came in for where Thomas Frank left off, and he had literally improved Brentford, alright. And man, 7th place for Brentford is a massive, massive achievement, and I'd love to see them getting a Europa League spot next season, because they deserve it, man. They've lost so many good players, but they've done even better But yeah, like I say, guys, Igor Thiago, what a player. What a player, okay. They're up against Sunderland, who in their last 5 games, listen to this, they have won 1 and drew 4 on the bounce. That is right, and that is why they've dropped down to 8th at the moment, because Brentford are winning games. So Sunderland aren't losing, but picking up 1 point each game, and that's why they've dropped down slightly. But overall, man, 5 games unbeaten, 4 points out of 4. You know what? Sunderland, man, I watched them against ManCity and they were just battling hard. They were just battling, okay, and that is what you want. You know, you want a team to battle really, really hard. So fair play to Sunderland right there. Very impressed. I've got Sunderland, guys. That is right. I've got Sunderland to beat Brentford. I don't know why I said this, but I think Sunderland will shot Brentford. That's why I got Sunderland to beat Brentford 2-1. Next, we've got Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. Palace last 5 games, they have drew 1 and lost 4, so form is not great, but they have just signed Brennan Johnson, who will give them a massive boost, okay. And yeah, Palace, man, they were looking so good to start the season. They have dropped down to 14th, but like I say, a long way to go to the season, and it is so tight between like the bottom 15 up to the top 7, so Palace can still get a Europa League spot if they can win the Europa Conference League as well. I don't think they'll get Europa League from the point position this year, but Brennan Johnson will massively help them, and I think they'll have a good end to the season. But they're up against Villa, who bounced back from their 4-1 defeat to beat Nottingham Forest 3-1. That is right. John McGinn, 2 goals. Their captain, good player, fantastic player, works super hard for the team, and that's what you want from a captain, okay. They sit on the same points as ManCity in 3rd and 42 points, but 6 points behind leaders Arsenal right now. So Arsenal have got a bit of breathing space yet again, but Villa have surely bounced back from that 4-1 defeat to obviously to win their last game. So Villa can now push on and just close the gap again as they did last time. Just hope Arsenal scuff up. Okay, so just on that, guys, I've got Aston Villa to beat Palace 3-1. Everton versus Wolves. Everton lost 4-2 to Brentford, okay. That is no harm done in that, because Brentford are on fire right now, but they have dropped down to 12th place. Terry Barry yet again, and also Beto scoring. To get them 2 guys playing, man, if they can get them 2 playing together up front, you know, Everton could have a good partnership right there, because I see a partnership happening between them 2. But obviously, with their best player Dewsbury Hall out, obviously their support, the assist merchant is not there. They've got Jack Grealish, but obviously losing Dewsbury Hall as well due to an injury, you know, that's a massive setback. But just put that behind them and just play with 2 strikers, with Beto and Thierry Barry, then they could have quite a good, exciting partnership. They're up against Wolves, who ended their all season without a win. That is right, they beat West Ham 3-0. Massive win for Wolves right there. Okay, they sit on 6 points right now, and can Wolves do the impossible and survive this season? They're 12 points behind safety, guys. 12 points behind safety, and there's a long way to go. But like I say, man, Premier League is full of surprises, and anything can happen. Okay, and what a win for Wolves, man. That will surely boost their confidence right now. The fans have not seen Wolves win since their win against Leicester last season, and they beat Leicester 3-0 as well. So can this now push them on to do even better? Everton to beat Wolves 2-0. Next, we've got a London derby clash. It is Fulham versus Chelsea. So Fulham now are on a 5-game unbeaten streak. That is right, in their last 5 games, played 3, played 5, won 3 and drew 2, and that has now pushed them up massively in the table to 11th place. That is right, okay. So yeah, Fulham, man, are hitting a bit of form, and it is good, because obviously Fulham were near bottom, and because of all these wins now and the momentum, they've moved themselves way out of the relegation battle now, and yeah, fighting for a top finish again. So they're up against Chelsea, okay, who drew 1-1 with ManCity. Good fight back, considering they have not got a manager. Callum McFarlane came into top charge for 1 game, and he's got him a draw. He got him a good draw against ManCity, so fair play to him right there, okay. The way Enzo left is very unloyal, okay, very disloyal. Apparently he had talks with Man City, obviously, and with all the flirtation going on with Man City being the next manager. I think Chelsea did the right thing getting rid of him, because you don't want a manager who's going to be disloyal to you, okay? And yeah, so now they're on about Liam Rosener from their partner club, Salzburg, I think it is, and good manager, but I don't think it's up to the standard yet as a Premier League manager, but we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, a new era again for Chelsea. That is so many eras they have had under new managers recently, and they just need to settle down with Chelsea. Just need to settle down a little bit, okay? Just on that, guys, I got this game to end as a draw. That's why I got this game to end as a 1-1 draw. Man City versus Brighton. So Man City drew 1-1 with Chelsea, okay, which now sets them back 6 points behind leaders Arsenal in the league. In the last 5 games, won 3 and drew 2. So the form again is great, but they did lack a bit of composure against Chelsea last night as you're watching this. Haaland wasn't really in the game that much. The way Man City plays 2-2, passy for me. Just get the ball up, man, to Haaland. You've got a world-class striker up there. Just get the ball up to him. But anyway, they're up against Brighton. They beat Burnley 2-0 to now see them up to 10th place in the table, okay? So Brighton, guys, are a team that are so tough to beat. They don't always win games, but they are so tough to beat. And so just on that, guys, I've got this game to end as a very exciting win, but for Man City. That's right, guys, I've got Man City to beat Brighton, a massive 3-2. Burnley versus Man United. So Burnley, guys, lost 2-0 to Brighton, okay, and they sit in 19th place in the table, relegation, 6 points away from safety. So Burnley, man, are slowly running out of time, but they've got a bit of time though. I think they're about signing some new players for the January transfer window. I think that is a good deal for them, because I think they need to strengthen their squad, because their squad, guys, is very small compared to other teams in the league. And if they can just get 2 or 3 more decent players, you can just rotate the squad a little bit, because obviously I've noticed with Burnley is they play the same team all the time, and obviously with this workload going on right now with all these games, it is coming back to bite them. So I think they just need to sign a few more players just to rotate the squad a slight bit, okay? So up against Man United, who have now drew 2 games on the bounce against Wolves and Leeds, man. So that is right. So Man United have not been great recently. Again, there's some talks again with Amorim about he's not the right man for the job, and obviously he's under pressure by the chairman now. And so just on that, guys, I've got this game to end as a very exciting draw. So I've got this game to end as a 2-2 draw. Next up, guys, I've got Newcastle versus Leeds. That is right. So Newcastle again are now on a 2-game win streak. They just beat Crystal Palace in their last game. They look quite comfortable as well. They do sit in 10th place now, so they are moving up the table a slight bit. They're up against Leeds, who drew with Man United 1-0. That is right. A good point for Leeds right there, which now moves them up to 16th place in the table. Leeds have actually unbeaten in their last 5 games. I can't believe it. They're literally played 5, won 1 and drew 4. Okay, so unbeaten by Leeds, and that is very good. That is very good in their last 5 games. And yeah, they moved up to 16th. That is their reward. They sit a massive 8 points now from safety, so Leeds have got a bit of breathing space between them and the bottom 3. So guys, just on that, the way Leeds are right now, they are on fire. They're playing super well. So that is why I've got Leeds, guys, to beat Newcastle 1-0. We are down to the final game of this game week, guys. It is Arsenal versus Liverpool. So Arsenal again just beat Bournemouth 3-2. Good win in the end. I thought they were going to draw that game, but good win in the end. Now they sit 6 points clear at the top of the table, and they are, guys. Arsenal are not losing their form just yet, okay? Because Arsenal always have trouble keeping this form going. So far, so good. They've got a bit of breathing space now in this league, and they keep doing what they are doing, just winning games, okay? Then they could win the league. Obviously, it's a long way to go yet, but so far, so good. And can Arsenal, guys, win the league this year? Let me know down below in the comments. I think Man City will give them a good fight, but all Arsenal can do, man, all Arsenal can do is just keep going what is ahead of them and see where it takes them, okay? So they're up against Liverpool, who sit in 4th place. They drew to Fulham 2-2 at the weekend, okay, and they're sitting 4th place. Liverpool were awful at the start of the season, okay, losing games, and they were so low in the league, but they sit in 4th place, so to bring it back to 4th right now is a good achievement. They are lacking a few quality players up front. They've got Nketiah, Isaac's now injured, so they are lacking a striker yet again, and they're in talks on a new defender, which is, in my opinion, is their main target this year. Get a defender in, because they only got 3 fit centre backs, and when they aren't fit, they are really in trouble. Okay, and yeah, Liverpool have a bit of a thing of letting goals in, so that's why I got Arsenal. This could be wrong, but I'm going to stick with my guns. Okay, so just on that, I've got Arsenal to beat Liverpool, a massive 3-0. That is right, man. I said it right there. I said it right there. But anyway, guys, that is my Premier League Game Week 21 predictions. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. And if you agree with any of my decisions, let me know down below in the comments, and let's have a debate. Let's have a discussion about my results, and if you think they are correct and what you think they are as well. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you guys next week for a brand new one. Good, and good night.